All right, Bannock County Commissioners are in session. This is Thursday, March 27th. We have lots of fun on the docket today. A couple items of business. I'm going to rearrange the order of what we go through this morning, and we also have an amendment to the agenda where we added an executive session. So I need an amendment or a motion to accept the amended agenda.
I'd make the motion that we go ahead and accept the amended agenda.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, first on the docket, let's go Scott. Come on up.
Scott Crowther, Event Director, Business Manager. The first contract I'd like to speak about is the Junior High Rodeo Division. So, just like we are the home of the Idaho High School State Finals, we are also the home of the Idaho Junior High State Finals, and they are usually the week before. And it's time for us to go through that contract again. It's essentially the same contract we've used for several years. There was one thing that was in the contract a few years ago I know we talked about, which was that these guys collected all RV. And we don't do that for high school either, so we made it the same as high school where we collect the new RV and then they collect all the other RV. But they're a great partner for us. We love having them at our venue. And I look forward to more time with these guys. So,
Got anything you want to say?
I just appreciate your guys' support. We're growing. We appreciate your facility. And to be honest, you're probably the only facility in the state that will house us numbers-wise.
Well, say that a little louder.
You're the only
Sorry.
You're the only facility in the state that'll house us number-wise.
Well, I want to tell you how much we appreciate having you. I've been with Scott on a few sales calls recently, and he always talks about you guys and how great of an event it is, and so we're proud to have you up there. So thank you for coming and being a part. Any questions on that contract?
No, actually, a few years back, you brought some of the queens and princesses and stuff, and just hearing those kids talk about their experiences makes it all worthwhile, and we're grateful to have you here in Bannock County.
And with that mentioned, I'd like to apologize. I couldn't bring my students, but on a good note, they're all actually attending public school this year, so they couldn't break away and come.
And that's good.
Yep, we'll accept that excuse.
Okay.
All right. With that,
I'd make a motion that we go
Can I
ahead.
ask a quick question? I'm sorry. Matthew Phillips, HR Risk Management Director. Could I just get a contact of someone who manages your insurance? This contract, we allow them to use a rented tractor, right?
So a lot of our contracts, we do that, yes. We have the waiver on the tractor.
Could we just catch up and see if we can get added as an additional insured or get that tractor?
The insurance is part of the contract that's in there.
I understand. Get that tractor listed or it's rented on your guys' policy. Do you have a office contact I can get from you later?
Yes.
Okay.
If you'd get with Scott, her name's Kristen Ward.
Very good. I'll get that from you
He has
later.
all of her contact information. She'll do what she can to accommodate you.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, thank you.
no worries.
So, and honestly, the tractor issue is something that we've talked a little bit about, maybe updating the waiver form, because many events rent tractors. And so we typically just take a copy of the insurance policy, upload it into Rec Desk, and we've given Matt and his team, or Matthew, sorry, and his team access to Rec Desk as well. So.
Okay. Awesome.
I'd go ahead and make my motion that we sign the 3-year agreement with Junior High Rodeo.
We have a motion. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
very
Have
much.
a great event.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Scott.
Okay, I don't have a copy of the agreement for the cat rental for the scissor lift, but I've worked with Daniel Kendall about getting a cat lift for the fairgrounds in Downey to finish that building, and this is that rental agreement. So,
And is this,
For 2 months, and it's $800 for 4 weeks.
yes.
and is
What's that?
I have a copy of
is this one of the vendors that Shanda's working on?
Yes.
Okay.
It is one of the ones she's working
Western
on.
State.
Okay. Great. Okay. Any discussion?
I'll make the motion, we go ahead and sign that agreement on, with Western States.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
So I know we got Dylan back here, so if Dylan, you want to come up real quick? So in the meeting a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week, where the Fair Board came and presented to you guys, they talked about an agreement that we had kind of proposed to those guys. So we have a need for some of the fence panels that they have. They bought fence panels a few years ago, and we need 180 of those. And then we have a water truck that we had replaced recently, and we had the old water truck, and they need a water truck. And where they're county assets, really it's just a matter of kind of transferring the county assets from one part of the county to the other part of the county. But we wanted to make sure that you guys were aware and agree or are okay with that. The Fair Board has met and discussed this, correct? And they're okay with this. It saves the county roughly $15,000 if we were to go out and buy those fence panels.
Okay. The only question I have is, are we going from two different levies? Are we okay? The general funds on
No,
purchasing?
we're fine on that.
Okay.
I just needed something formally on the record so that I
The
can.
fence panels were actually paid for by insurance.
Oh, all right. I couldn't remember where that was.
Yeah,
Personal.
that come out of insurance.
Okay. Questions?
Just to emphasize that these are both county assets. And so we're not buying and purchasing, we're just exchanging from one organization to the other.
We do that with equipment all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead and make a motion for the record that we're exchanging these two different assets in the two different areas of the county.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, thank you.
Almost said aye.
You could.
Go ahead.
And the last thing is so we've been leasing a copier from the event center for several years. I think we were maybe on a 5-year agreement with that copier, and it's exceeded its lifespan. We've looked at purchasing another copier that is maybe more helpful for what we do also. The copier that we're looking at picking up prints out the cards that we use for our VIP tickets. So that'll save us a lot of time and effort. And the way we currently do that is we print them out, and then we have somebody to sit there all day and laminate, those things. So it should save us a lot of time. We have about $10,000 in that lease item. The cost of the copier is probably going to be a little bit more than that. We have to buy out a couple months of the old lease for the copier, and then we'd roll it in there. So we believe we can find it in our budget if we do have that $10,000 in our leased equipment.
So we have two copiers that we just got that are down here in the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to get a trade-in or something of value out of them instead of just having them sit down here in the hallway, or can
So
you use them?
We're looking to trade our one in, and if it was just for the copies, I think we'd be fine. But really, a lot of what we're doing on it is those cards, because it's a laminated. I think most concerts you go to, your VIP passes are going to look like that. If we didn't have that aspect of it, I think I'm good with doing it. But I think that's going to help us with what we do as far as our concerts. And so I don't know if we could trade it in. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
but-
I just-
Maybe what we could do on those is we could, and I don't think those were the public defender ones, right?
Mhm.
I don't know that we've paid that lease off yet, but maybe we could just have IT send an email and see if there's any departments that need a newer copier, and they could maybe exchange out for those.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna open that hallway up one of these first days, and I just want to get them out of there.
We do print a lot of, the copier that we currently have allows us to print like pamphlets and booklets, and we print a lot of like 11 by 17 or just even a little bigger than that, posters that we hang around the venue so people can see the concerts and take pictures of QR codes. And so it's a little bit more specialized, and that's what we're looking for out of this copier.
Okay, I got no problem with it.
Is, just a question, because sometimes we can go, sometimes it is cheaper to outsource those
Sure.
specialty items. Have you looked into that?
Yeah, we looked into that a couple of years ago. We explored some options. It was just, we felt like it was cost prohibitive at the time. And so that's why we just started copying and laminating to make those VIP passes. And so when we looked at getting a new printer, that was one of the things we looked at, is how much would it cost us just to add that on. I don't think it's an incredibly expensive add-on, but it will help us, it'll save us a lot of time and effort. But the cards were, I thought it was a little bit too pricey to have that outsourced, because we did look into that initially.
If you've done your due diligence,
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with it. It's just a question, we have to ask that.
For sure.
Outsourcing sometimes is cheaper than having a Cadillac version of a
Yeah.
copier.
So the majority of our box suites, we have a handful of those that are wrapped up in sponsorship agreements, and there's probably, I would say probably 60 to 70% are wrapped up in sponsorship agreements. And then we have 40% that are sold per show. And so we do have some that are, we might have 20 that are just one show. And those are, all that information is printed on there. So if we just had the whole series, it might be a little bit cheaper for us to just say, we're gonna print the whole series. But I think this is a really good option for us to be able to allow us that flexibility as well.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make the motion, we go
budget
ahead and authorize that. Are we purchasing or leasing?
Yeah, we're purchasing this one.
We'll purchase that copier.
Okay, we have a motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
thanks. Levi. Levi and Friends.
Morning. Morning. Waldron, Chief Operations Director and Security Specialist for the Bannock County Sheriff's Office.
Alex Hamilton, Chief Deputy, Bannock County Sheriff's Office.
So we are here to recommend awarding contract on the installation portion of the detention center diesel generator project. We reviewed all the submissions and recommend awarding the contract to Pro Builders.
Okay, you're happy with it?
Yeah, we originally budgeted $315,000 to replace the generator. When we first started the procurement process, we were gonna do the project as replacing the generator and doing the installation and with them purchasing the generator. After Levi did some research, we kind of re-navigated that a little bit, and we found out that we probably wanted to make sure that we got the generator we wanted, and instead of putting it out there for them to fill that with whatever generator they thought was the best. So we kind of re-navigated that and went, instead of having the installation and the generator, just doing the installation. And Levi was able to find a generator for us for $100,000. And then this bid with Pro Builders, we're getting now for down right around $51,000. So we really cut that budget in half on.
Where'd you
on
find the generator at?
It's through Western States. Generator, so.
Good.
And you're getting rid of the old generator, is somebody taking it, what's going on with it?
Yeah,
To be discussed, there is a credit value that they've offered for the old generator, and I guess we have to decide as a county if that's
What we want to do.
what we want to do, if we want to keep it, but that's.
Well, there was quite a difference in all those bids that come in. I'm grateful that they come in and that's the price and we can get what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Pro Builders is the one that we're wanting to go with. I think they were going to give us the best deal on trade-in that
They're on
from what I
site
saw,
now
so.
anyway.
Okay.
Okay, and then Shanda had some notification letters for you guys to sign.
I'd go ahead and make a motion that we award this to Pro Builders as mentioned.
Okay, any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Good job, Levi. Thank you for your work. Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll see if Shanda approves.
I like the saving, I got a money.
Yeah, that's good savings.
Going the other way.
Matt, how fast do you think you'll be today?
He's got an executive too.
Maybe 3.
Okay. Then let's bring Matt up, and we'll need a motion to go into executive session for Matt.
We'll go ahead and make a motion to go into executive session. Where are we at with that? Under Idaho Code 74-206, 1A and B.
Commissioner Bullock?
Yes.